Everyone, welcome to Ask the Planners 30 Days to Us live video series. Welcome to all the live viewers and welcome to all my replay viewers. Thanks for joining. Thanks for taking the time this evening to come and learn a little bit more about how to plan your wedding in 30 days. Just thought I'd add a little music. I thought it was a little bit too quiet down here where I am, so I decided to add a little bit of Adele to make it a little more lively. Okay, so today for 30 Days to Us, I'm going to show you how to keep them informed. And just what does that mean, keeping them informed? That means that I'm going to show you how to select and correct and create your wedding website or your website. Some of us call it website for short, okay? How to select and create your website. So, if you've been with us since September 5th, that's when we started. We have done everything from the budget to creating or selecting our save the dates, selecting invitations. The last thing we did, which is our last meeting yesterday, was we selected our wedding party. Okay, so our fictitious bride and groom, Aaliyah and Michael, they knew where they were having their wedding. They had that down pack at the Moshulo. They have the venue, okay, which is where their ceremony and their reception will be held with catering. They have, of course, based on that, they have the date, which is October the 5th. So they'll be getting married on October the 5th, which is in about a couple of weeks, because this is day 10. Day 10 of 30 Days to Us. So I'm excited. We've been doing this 10 days straight. So this is really cool. So I'm excited that we're halfway through. Halfway through our live video series. So yesterday we talked about how to select the wedding party, how emotional it can be or not, depending on your circle of friends and family that are involved in that process. And we talked about how much it costs. But I won't go into detail. If you want to learn a little bit more about what it takes to and what you should consider when selecting your wedding party, and that would be your bridesmaid, your groomsmen, your best man, and your maid of honor, and those little people if you decide to put them in, flower girl, ring bearer. You can get more detail by looking at our day 9. Okay, so today, since we have all the information that's needed so far in reference to the when, 10/5, that's when they're getting married, where, at the Moshulo, which is a ship in the Philly Harbor, and they also have the, okay, who's going to stand by my side? They also have their wedding party. So those are some of the bits of information that's needed in order for you to create your wedding website. So I wanted us to get to that point before we started on it. It's a work in progress. You'll start by putting some information in there, and you can always add to it because you're going to miss some of the information that's needed. But as long as you have the basic information, most people at this point, they just want to know the date and where, and they're good until it gets closer to the time. Okay, so what we're going to do is talk through and then show, because I like to tell you a little bit and then show you what things you should consider when creating your wedding website. Okay, so before you go in and try to select a wedding website, and there's so many companies out there that produce all sorts of wedding websites with different features and functionality, you first want to figure out, okay, what do I want to call my wedding website? Okay, so is it AleahAndMichael.com, AleahAndMichael.wedding, or youandme.com? I mean, your wedding website can be whatever you want. it's your place to inform the folks that are closest to you, your guests, your wedding party, your family, to let them know from day one, from the point you told them that you're getting married until you walk down the aisle, what's happening, where when all the events are going to happen. Hi Sean, hi Jasmine, how are you guys? This is the place where you will have all that information knocked out so that they won't constantly call you, text you, to and ask you different questions as it relates to what time does this start and where is it and what do I wear, things like that. Okay, so that's why you need to have a wedding website. So getting back to the domain, what Aaliyah and Michael decided to do is to make it simple, to call it aaliyahandmichael.com. Now, the reason why they decided on .com, and .com, when you see .com, .co, there's so many. Those are called domain extensions. So you can have any type of domain extension. Right now they have a lot of specialty domain extensions like .expert, .ly, and one that's wedding related is .wedding. Okay, but the domain costs some money, of course, and those domain extensions cost a little more money, especially if it's a specialty. Okay, so your basic ones, .com, .org, okay, those are the basic ones. Those will cost you anywhere from, if they have a special, it can be free for a month or 3 months, $9.99, or the regular price typically is about $15 or so. Okay, a typical price for a basic domain .com, .com domain that is not a specialty domain. A lot of times the places that sell the domains, they have sales. Okay, they have sales. Hi Gary, how are you? And so that's when you can get a really good deal. Now when you decide to buy a domain name for your wedding website, you'll have that domain name for a year. Okay, so and it's a monthly price. So some places will give you the option to pay for it up front, or you can have the option of just paying monthly, $9.99 or whatever the price might be. Okay, reason why you want to have a domain name, because it makes it special. It makes it yours. Okay, you own. It's like your property, your property in the sky. Okay, so like renting. You're renting space in the intersperse. So it makes it special, because if you don't buy a domain name and you try to create a website that doesn't offer it free with the purchase of the website, if you're paying for it, then your website could be called something like, I'm just going to throw this out, ewedding/aaliyahandmichael.com or ewedding.com/aaliyahandmichael. Okay, so it'll be this long name with the company's name in front, and it won't be special. It won't be customized with just your information. And it also, when that occurs, it makes it harder for people to find you if they have to remember the company name. So that's why you want to buy a domain, or get one when you actually get a website that comes with it. So what Aaliyah and Michael decided to do is to purchase a domain, and it'll be called aaliyahandmichael.com. Okay, aaliyahandmichael.wedding costs $40. Okay, that's a little bit much, and that's $40 a month, not for the year. So they didn't want to put out that expense, and for as long as you want the domain, you'll have to pay that monthly cost. Okay, so Aaliyah and Michael decided to forego that and just get the aaliyahandmichael.com. So what we're going to do next is I'll show you how to go in and purchase a domain. Where you found a company called oneandone.com. That's a company that I typically use for all of my domain purchases. They're pretty good, and they always have really good sales. So once we purchase our domain, then what we're going to do is I'll show you how to create the wedding website. Okay, and there's so many of those out there. Oh my God, with so many different pieces of functionality, the one that you choose will depend on your style, your budget, how much money are you willing to spend? Because what happens, you'll have to either pay an annual fee for the website, because you only need it for a year. If you're only going to specifically use the website for your wedding and you won't use it after the wedding, then I wouldn't put a lot of money into it. So, but if money isn't an issue, then you can go out and purchase a wedding website from one of the companies that have the most customized templates out there, and those companies are typically allowing you to use templates that are created by designers, famous designers, or designers that are out there in that business. Okay, so which wedding website company you choose, again, will depend on your budget, your style, or your theme, because not all wedding websites have the same templates or styles that match what your wedding theme or style is all about. So you want to make sure you want to get as close to what you and your fiance are all about as far as personality, style, theme of the wedding as possible. If you're not having an elegant wedding, then don't use an elegant theme. That doesn't match. If you're Aaliyah and Mike are having a modern boho chic wedding, so that's the type of wedding website they will be looking for. Okay, so enough of the chit chat. Let me switch over so that you can see how to purchase the domain. That's the first step. So I'm going to switch over. See what I'm doing. And I'm going to turn our little music down just a tad bit. There we go. All right, so we're going to purchase the domain aaliyahandmichael.com from oneandone.com. So that's where I'm going from my browser. Here it is. And this is One and One. You can go there to host your website, buy websites. They have a plethora of different services, but we're only concerned with buying a web domain. So in order to do that, the first question on their page is check to see if your domain is available, because Aaliyah has a very unique name. Michael doesn't. If you were trying to look for annandmichael.com, I'm pretty sure that's taken. Okay, but if you have a unique name, if one of you has a unique name, then you're more than likely to be able to find your domain. Okay, so I'm going to actually have it down here, Aaliyah and Michael. Now I chose to enter aaliyahandmichael.com, okay, but some people will actually buy websites where they choose to shorten the and make it Aaliyah and Michael with an N, the letter N. Now, you may not want to do that, because if you do, for some people it's confusing. You'll constantly have to correct people or hear the question, is that an A-N-D or N, the letter N? And you'll constantly get that. So if I were you, I would spell out the word and, so that will minimize the questions. Okay, so it's going to be Aaliyah and Michael. And when you just enter what you want, whether it's you and me or us together forever, whatever it is you want to call it, you just enter that information there, and it will search against all the different domain extensions, like the .com, .info, .online, .wedding, etc. They'll let you see what's available. So you just click on the check button over here. I just clicked on it. It comes back and it says it's available. Okay, so that's how you know whether you're doing this for your wedding website or a personal website. That's how you know whether you can use it or not. So don't spend time on all the other things when it comes to a website. Go and create it first, and then realize come and try to get the domain and it's not here because someone's taken it. So take the time to find out first. Have a couple of backup ideas as far as what domain name you want to use, just in case yours is gone. But since Aaliyah's name is pretty unique, and the combination of Aaliyah and Michael are unique, it's available. So let me see if I'm going to try something simple like Ann and Michael. And it's all about the combinations. Maybe there's never been an Ann and Michael married, but there has. Ann and Michael is not available. So this, I just did that so you can see that you may come across may come across the problem of the domain name that you have your heart set on is not available. Okay, so always have a backup. All right, so if that's what they're going to do, they're going to choose Michael, Aaliyah and Michael, and it's always a woman's name first. I very seldom see the man's name first. Okay. But if you decide, I actually had a couple and she wanted the man's name first. So it's totally a preference, but I typically see the woman's name and then the man's name. Not a problem. Okay, so Aaliyah and Michael are in luck. The actual domain is on sale. Okay, it's on sale for 99 cents for the first year. So that is sweet because they only need it for a year. All right. So they've decided that they're only going to use it for a year. They're not going to use for the wedding. They're not going to use it for any other reason other than that. Okay. But there's some people who decide on a domain name that is specific to the wedding. And if you do that, just realize that if it's specific to the wedding, it can't be used. You can't say Aaliyah and Michael gets wed and try to use it for the rest of your life because it just doesn't make sense or tie in. So if you know that you're going to use it after the wedding, then come up with a generic domain name such as Aaliyah and Michael. Okay, something that's can stay with you for the rest of your life. So the first year is 99 cents, right? It's 99 cents for the first year, and then after that first year they'll charge them $15.99. All right, so that's a pretty good deal. So now that they have their domain name, and before we do that, I just want to show you that .wedding one, how expensive it is, like $40. So anything that has different, that has a noun or uses an adjective or noun as a domain extension, those are expensive. Now this one's on sale for $20, but it's typically $40. All right. All right. So that is how you purchase a domain name. Now, the next step is for you to decide on a website company. So what Aaliyah and Michael have decided on two different ones that they really like. One is called Joy. Here it is right here. Joy. So Joy is a new company. It is totally free, which is cool. And what makes it different from a lot of the other websites, most of the websites are going to have your typical stuff. Okay, if we click on features, you'll see it has the typical it collects the photos and you talk about who you are, how you met, the registry, and it allows you to collect unlimited photos here. It will allow you to what's different with this one is that, and most of them have the RSVP feature as well if you want to use it. Aaliyah and Michael are going to continue to use Owl Planner for managing their RSVP, so they won't upload their guest list, which is a possibility here, and manage the RSVPs. They've decided to use Owl Planner for that. They just want to use Joy for the website feature, and they also want to use it for the ability to, and that's all the way at the bottom, your guests on the day of the wedding can upload the photos different, they can upload photos from the app. Joy is a website and an app, and it's available on iPhone and Android. They can upload their photos and post them to the app. And if Aaliyah and Michael choose to, they can have a projector project the photos throughout the evening on a projector screen, okay? Or just a little kiosk laptop that's near the photo booth if they decide to do so. And that's also good if you have folks that couldn't make it to the wedding, and if you tell them about the app and have them download it to their phone, they log in with the information you provide them, they'll be able to see your wedding based on the perspective of all your guests. So this is a cool idea for you as the bride and groom, because you're already going to get your photos from your photographer, but it's cool to see the guest perspective of the day, okay? You get to see what happened through their eyes for that evening or that day. So this is a really cool feature. So that's what makes this one different. You can also share the photos on Facebook, and throughout the process of Aaliyah and Michael getting married, if they want to send reminders or notifications to their guests, they'll be able to do that through the app. So that's what makes Joy cool. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'll show you how to set this up. And the reason why it's totally free is because they're a new company. A lot of times these companies come out and they're just trying to get customers. They're trying to see if you will like their product, but they won't be free for long. So if you are a bride or bride-to-be and you're not even sure about a wedding website at this point, I would just create an account just in case, and then that way, if you create it now, when they decide to charge, when they decide to start charging for their services, you won't be affected, because based on their website information, they state that if you start before it's a paid product, it will stay free for the life of the product. Okay, so it's pretty cool. So here, let me show you how to log in and create an account. So Leah and Michael already created an account using their email address. Okay, they created an account using their email, and the first thing it's asking them to do is to create their wedding website. So I click on that, create my wedding, and it's going to take you through some questions. It's probably going to ask like, when are you getting married, where, etc. Okay, it's real simple. Like, what's your name? So I'm going to put Aaliyah. All right, Aaliyah. And who's the lucky person? They assume that they're talking to a woman. Isn't that crazy? I guess they assume that the man doesn't do this kind of stuff. It's always going to be the woman. I don't know, but it makes me think that they feel like they're talking to a woman. So who's the lucky person? The lucky person is Michael Peterson. All right, and the next thing it wants to know is the colors. The colors are this purple and I don't know if it's this matte. I think it's closer to the brighter orange. So we're going to say purple and orange. Did it take both or just one? It actually only took... Oh, it's going to be one or the other. We'll say orange. Alright. So, guest greetings. So here you just write a little bit. You welcome your guests. And we'll just leave what they have here as an example. We can't wait to share our special day, blah, blah, blah. So that's the welcome. And now I want to know where are you getting married? So the Moshulu. We've been talking about this. Click next. And when? 10:05 at actually wants the full year 2016. All right, you see how easy this is? So you go through these preliminary questions and it comes up. Now, what they have done is they've given you a domain name here, okay? A website URL. But it will give you the ability to customize it and use your own. So this is what I don't like. I don't want to give everyone withjoy.com / Alicia Aaliyah plus Michael. Okay? So that's the reason why it's a good idea to buy your own domain and not be hanging out on someone else's property. You know, have your own property. So we just click make and it's going to make the website. And then all you need to do is add the other details like the wedding party information, the ceremony and reception start and end times, the timeline, all those details, any photos you've taken, when you're going to have and it just said you've made it, blah, blah, blah. Take me to my dashboard. When are you going to have the bridal shower, the bachelorette party, the bachelor's party, all the different events leading up to the day will be managed here. Okay, and that's it. You're done. And when they're ready to share the website with your friends and family, you will give them this code, okay, the wedding code, and that will allow folks to log in. So you can make it private or you can make it public. I would make it private because if you don't want everybody on your website, knowing your business, especially if you haven't invited a certain person, so you don't want them seeing everything that's going on. So I would make it guest only, okay? And that's how you actually go in and create your website. So just want to show you another one that's really cool. We won't go into how to create the website, but weddingjojo.com. Weddingjojo.com is pretty cool. It has a lot of watercolor themes. If you like watercolor, florals, it's very airy and light. I think this fits also with the theme of their wedding, boho chic. Okay. The only difference between this and the Joy website is that this is a website only and it doesn't have an app. Okay, it doesn't have an app. So this is your standard typical wedding website company, but their templates are really cute. They're not, the designs that they use are really, really pretty. So that's why we like Wedding Jojo. So I'll put the name of these two wedding website companies in the place where you can buy the domain, customize if you'd like, in the comments right after we're done. And that's all we have for today. So now you should know more about how to select it first, how to select the wedding website, and also if you want your own domain name, AleahandMichael.com, not withjoy.com / Aaliyah and Michael, okay, which is the companies, they're getting all the marketing and it's like you're selling for them. That's why I don't like that. So just pay a little bit more money, buy your own domain. And you saw how easy it was to just create your own based on just entering some answers to questions. And down the line, we didn't show that, but then you would select the template that fits more with your style, your theme. Okay. So that's all we have for tonight. It is 8 o'clock. So thank you for joining 30 Days to Us, how to plan your wedding in 30 days. And I will see you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.